If your dealer group is spending a serious amount of money every month on Google Ads, Meta, or other digital marketing platforms, but you're still not completely sure what's actually driving results, this video is for you. I was reviewing a dealer group account recently, and honestly, at first glance, everything looked perfectly fine. The reports looked great, the traffic was up, and leads were coming in. All great signs. But once we got inside the account, we started finding all kinds of problems. Stores competing against each other, budget being wasted on sold inventories, campaigns optimized for low quality leads, and reporting that looked impressive but didn't really explain what was helping sell the cars. And the truth is, we're seeing this more and more with dealer groups. So in this video, I want to walk you through what dealer groups should actually look for when hiring an automotive PPC agency. And the question I think every dealer should be asking before you sign a contract. So managing advertising for dealer groups is completely different from running ads for one single store. You've got multiple rooftops, different brands, shared markets, changing inventories, OEM requirements, service departments, and a lot of moving pieces. And not every agency is built for that. So, I don't know, some agencies are great with small local businesses, but dealer groups require a completely different level of strategy and organization. So let's break it down. The biggest things I think every dealer group should look for when evaluating a PPC agency. The first thing I would ask any agency is simple. How much of your business is actually automotive? And I don't mean we've worked with a few dealerships. I mean, do they actually understand dealer operations? Because automotive PPC is very different from traditional lead generation. Inventory changes daily, OEM compliance matters, buyers' journeys are longer, and every rooftop can impact another if campaigns aren't structured correctly. And an agency that specializes in dealer groups should already understand things like inventory feeds, PMAs, overlap compliance, branded search term strategies, and difference between optimizing for leads versus optimizing for actual sale opportunities. One of the best questions you can ask is, how many dealer groups are you actively managing today? Not individual stores. Because managing one rooftop and managing an entire group are two, what did I say? Different things. The next thing I would pay attention to is the campaign structures across rooftops. This is honestly where a lot of agencies lose dealer group money without even realizing it. Without proper account structure, dealer groups can end up competing against themselves. You'll have multiple rooftops targeting the same shoppers in the same markets across Google Search, Performance Max, YouTube, Meta, Microsoft. And when that happens, cost goes up, lead quality goes down, and budgets become less efficient. A lot of agencies simply copy campaigns from one store to another. But a strong automotive PPC agency should have a strategy for how the entire group works together. That means proper geographic targeting, audience exclusions, budget coordination, and making sure that they aren't cannibalizing each other. One question I'd absolutely ask is, how do you prevent overlap and competition between rooftops? A good agency should be able to answer that question very clearly. Next is inventory integration, which is a huge one. One of the biggest ways to waste money in automotive PPC is running ads for vehicles that are not even on your lot anymore. And honestly, it happens more often than people think. Your campaign should reflect what's actually happening on your lot in close real time. If a vehicle sells yesterday, you shouldn't be paying for it today. And beyond that, your agency should understand how to prioritize inventory strategically. Maybe you need to move aging inventory. Maybe certain models have stronger margins. Maybe here's a specific vehicle category you want to push harder this month. Your advertising strategy should support those goals. In 2026, dynamic inventory advertising shouldn't be considered some premium feature. It should be a standard. One question I'd ask is, how does your inventory feed integrate with campaigns, and how quickly are ads updated when inventory does change? If the answer feels a little vague, that's absolutely a red flag. Now, let's talk about reporting, because honestly, this is where a lot of dealerships get frustrated. Most agencies send over reports full of impressions, clicks, and a traffic chart. And while those things absolutely matter, that's not what most dealers are actually, or what they should care about. At the end of the day, dealers want to know what is working, what's wasting money, which stores are performing best, and are these campaigns actually helping me sell cars? Your reporting doesn't need to be overly complicated. It just needs to clearly connect ad spend to real business outcomes. For us, we use Looker Studio dashboards so dealer groups can see performance in a clean, straightforward way without digging through spreadsheets or raw platform data. And one thing I really encourage dealers to ask agencies is, what metrics do you focus on most for your dealer group clients? Because there's a big difference between reporting activity and reporting meaningful performance. Another important topic that often gets overlooked is OEM compliance and co-op. Every manufacturer has different rules, requirements, and reimbursement programs. And if your agency doesn't understand how these programs work, you could be leaving a lot of money on the table. I've seen situations where dealer groups were missing out on co-op opportunities simply because campaigns weren't correctly structured or creative wasn't compliant. Especially for multi-brand dealer groups, this becomes really important. A good question you should ask is, which OEM co-op programs are you currently managing? And finally, let's talk about the relationship itself, because some of the biggest issues don't show up in campaigns right away. They show up later, when dealer groups try to make changes. You should always understand who owns the ad account, who owns the audience data, who controls tracking, and what happens if you decide to leave that agency. Your Google Ads account should always belong to you. Your data should belong to you. Your history and audience information should stay with your dealership group. Transparency is gold. And I also think it's important to understand how the agency gets paid. Some agencies charge a flat retainers, others charge percentage of ad spend. Neither is automatically wrong, but you should understand how incentives align and exactly what you're paying for. And at the end of the day, the right PPC agency should make your life easier, not more confusing. You should understand where your money is going, what's driving results, and where there's opportunity to improve. And the agency you hire should feel like a partner that actually understands the day-to-day reality of running a dealership, not just another vendor sending reports once a month. So when you're evaluating agencies, don't just ask how many leads they can generate. Ask how they structure those accounts. Ask how they handle inventory. Ask how they measure success. And ask how they manage multiple rooftops. And ask how transparent they are with reports and data ownership. Because the agencies worth working with won't avoid these conversations. They'll welcome them. If you find this video helpful, subscribe. We post content every once a quarter or so, lead generation reporting, digital marketing, whatever, across the board. And if you want a second opinion on your current campaigns, reportings, or account structure, please feel free to reach out. Always happy to dig through the account and give you an audit or just have a conversation about what's going on so that you get full transparency and you're not missing out on opportunities. So thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.